This is just a quick tutorial on how to create half brioche fabric. Now, one of the wonderful things about half brioche is that you do not need a fancy setup or a fancy cast on to work this fabric. You can just do a normal long tail cast on. We're starting with like 1 stitch per column regardless, so it works out really easily. Now I did mine with a purl stitch first because I like to have that edge to pick up against in my fabric. So when you're doing a swatch, make sure that you cast on an odd number of stitches and just start with a purl each time. So my first row is going to be a purl 1 and then a slip 1 yarn over. And what that means is I'm going to slip this stitch at the same time that I create that yarn over. This means when working the right hand side of the fabric, your working yarn is pretty much going to be always held to the front of the work. So I'm going to purl 1, slip 1 yarn over, purl 1, slip 1 yarn over. And notice when I'm doing my slip ones that I am not changing the orientation of the stitches. What I mean by that is that I'm just slipping it. You're not slipping it that way and changing how the leg is sitting on the needle. So I'll just go across the whole row doing that. So it's slip yarn over, purl 1, slip 1 yarn over, purl 1, all the way to the end. And then on the wrong side of the fabric, and just to show you really quickly too, so how to differentiate, the right hand side of the fabric is going to look almost like ribbing. It's very smooth, it's a little bit more linear, your V's are really obvious. On the columns, when I flip over to the wrong side of the fabric, it's a lot more condensed, it's a lot more bubbly looking. And so on this side, I'm going to knit 1 and then BRP, which is brioche purl. And so I'm just going to take that slipped stitch and the leg created from the yarn over, and I'm going to work them together. It almost feels like a P2 tog, but it's not. And so with this one, your orientation is going to be changing. So your yarn is going to go to the back of the work when you're working your K1s, and it's going to come to the front to work those BRPs. So very rhythmic, feels very similar to working rib. And that's it. That's half brioche fabric in a nutshell. You've got this.